All right, good afternoon. On behalf of Cuesta College Athletics, my name is Coach Ron Barba. I'm the head women's basketball coach. Welcome you here today for our signing day for these athletes up here, and we congratulate each and every one of them on their successful careers here at Cuesta College. I'd also like to say today is your day. You earned it. And I'm sure mom and dad are pretty happy knowing that you're going to be able to move on and cut some of the expenses down with those scholarships that you're receiving. But most of all, it's your day, and as your coaches and parents and fellow coaches here, we're excited for you, and we hope your dreams come true. First, I'd like to introduce our athletic director, Bob Mariucci. All right, and then Pete Schuler is our sports information director, and he's been responsible for putting up all this together. This is where a lot of our athletes will be attending the colleges. Coach Brian Loker back there, Nancy Webb, our assistant, our administrative secretary, Coach Eric Marsh, assistant basketball coach, Coach John Marsh, our water polo swim coach, and you name it. Just like to say thank you to everyone attending today. And Eric Mendez, thank you for doing everything up here for us today. It looks great. This really looks good. Today is where we recognize athletes and we congratulate them on all their hard work, sweat, commitment to this moment. Also, a big congratulations to the parents, teachers, and coaches who really pushed you to get here, supported you through your ups and downs, and those days you didn't want to go to practice, those days you didn't want to wake up, or those days coach is mean, coach is this. I mean, you got them through, and everybody got them through. So I appreciate everyone's involvement in your success. But most of all, you're the ones that did it. You competed and you played it to this level. What we're going to do today is we're going to introduce the coaches. They will come up, speak briefly about their athletes, and then we will have the signing all at once at the end. So first up, I will have Pete Schuler, our sports information director, come on.
All right, I should say that I printed stuff up, but it was our athlete of the year, Torie White, who put everything up, and Eric Campbell set everything up great up here. So thank you guys for helping me there. Little extra thanks. Our first student athlete, we're going to start off with basketball here, and we have one men's basketball player here, and that's Noah Saunders. Noah has just signed at Campbell University. He's been a tremendous player here. He's been a two-time first-team all-conference selection here for us, our two-time team MVP, and he's had a tremendous career here. I remember Coach Blair, when he first came in, he said, "You got to see this guy we have." And Rusty Blair, if anybody knows him, is not someone who's prone to exaggeration. He's very down to business, and he said, "I love this guy. He's the kind of player I've always wanted, and he plays above the rim." And Noah this year basically put us into the playoffs. It's all about Noah coming in there. He's a guy who came for the big shots, and he's the guy who kind of got us in there. And he was injured during the playoffs. But the success the Cougars had this year and the last 2 years has basically been based on what Noah's done. So Noah Saunders moving on to Campbell University. We're going to stick with basketball. Ron ran it a little bit too far away, but we're going to go with basketball going on to the women's team right now. So he has a very special player he'd like to talk about.
And my apologies, it's Eric Campos, and I'm sorry, Coach, about all that. My mind was running with names here. First of all, it's my pleasure to introduce Courtney Barba, who happens to be my daughter. She was a 2-year starter here at Cuesta College. I want to, first of all, recognize her mother, Patty, and her Aunt Lynn, and Uncle Eddie here, who came on her behalf, as well as her teammates and her assistant coaches for the basketball program. I'm not really sure that Courtney thought she would be in this moment when she started out playing in a club program for West Coast Extreme when she was in the 2nd grade. I am sure that many years ago, having her dad and other high school coaches at that might have been a push in some ways, but obviously a direct path to where she's headed. What I admire about Courtney is her work ethic, her drive, her brains. She's a humble young lady that's really a team player all the way. She came to Cuesta College to get better and get to the next level. Mission accomplished. What's amazing is she wanted to do it her way. She asked me right from the start when we were trying to recruit her, she would think about it. She had offers to go to four-year schools, look at four-year colleges, and came back and decided Cuesta College was going to be it. And I don't think she had a choice with that, because we were really adamant that she didn't play for any other conference teams. One of the things she did do is ask me to do a contract, being father and daughter, so that shows you the brains part of her. Anyway, I had some of the players on our team who actually told me they didn't even know that was my daughter after the first month, so I guess the contract worked. She had an incredible 2 years here. She was an all-state player, all-league player, all-area 4-year for Rigetti High School, and then came here. Cuesta College, she was recently named the most valuable player, made first team all-conference, Western State Conference leading scorer with 17.9 points per game, leader in steals, or tied for leader in steals, team leader in rebounds per game at 9.0, team leader in field goals at 146. She tied a school record for points in a game with 37 with the infamous Kelly Blair, Coach Rusty Blair's daughter. That's pretty big company to be in. She leaves here as the #1 all-time career points player with 14 points per game, #4 all-time in season points, 17.9 per game, #4 on the all-time career steals at 155, two-time All-Western State Conference academic team member, and as a parent, that's probably the most proudest thing I feel about. I'm sure her mother would concur that the educational part is fantastic, and Cuesta College has also provided that for her. I will read a message from her coach where she signed, or is committed to sign to, is Eastern Nazarene. This is from her coach that was sent to me a few days ago. She said, "Today's a pretty amazing day for our program. We are excited to have Courtney as part of our family, a versatile and game changer player. We look forward to Courtney's to bring leadership to our program. Courtney's an outstanding young lady to do some great things in her life. We see nothing but success in her future." So as a proud father and parent, I'm proud to announce that Courtney will be signing with Eastern Nazarene College in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Okay, so we have Coach Blair and Coach Joe Danby from wrestling are both teaching at other schools in the county right now. And we want to move on to wrestling. And we have two wrestlers moving on. The first one is our state champion from last year, Alex Garcia. He's going to be signing at Menlo. And with us today is Jace Heryford. Jace is a sophomore this year. He was this year's team MVP, led the team in wins. He was a two-time Southeast Conference, the big SEC, well, smaller SEC, with the for wrestling, and he qualified for the state championships this year. We don't have as many stats in wrestling as we do for basketball, but according to Coach Dansby, he's a team leader in pins, and I'm sure if we added up all the points he's had this year, he's a team leader with that. So Jace is going to be moving on and going to Colorado State. So we'd like to congratulate Jace Heryford for his job here at Cuesta College for 2 years. Good luck there. Next up, we're going to have Coach John Marsh. He's got a few of his players moving on. As we can see down the line here, we have, well, basically the starting lineup. So.
Okay, I get to do, we got 5 of them. Let's just start with, who's it? Brad. Brad Dennis, Visalia. Came here 2 years ago, is signed with San Jose State. Going to be a great addition to San Jose State. The coach is excited about having him. He did a great job for us here. He was our leading scorer this year. Was just, whatever we asked him to do, he did. Great GPA. He was all academic for all 4 semesters while he's been here. So that's been a nice addition. The next one is Emerson Trout from San Luis High School. He is going to go to San Jose State also. Another outstanding athlete, probably our best defender overall, and is going to go to, again, another all-academic kid that we've had. The middle one is Chandler Mankins. He's a Roy Brandy. He's going to go to UC Irvine and play goalie for them. And again, another one that's been all academic. So I've been kind of blessed with academic kids. Austin Barton is going to go to Concordia University. He's from Albany, Oregon, and he's signed to play water polo and swim at Concordia. And again, another all-academic kid we've had. All of them have been all-league. Austin is in the top 3 in the school after 39 years of swimming in the 50, the 100, and the 200. So all of them have great accolades, but they're all great kids, great people. The last one is Mitchell Iunker from Paso High School. The first Paso kid we've ever had make it through the program. He's going to go to Concordia and play water polo. So again, all academic, all league, all of them did an outstanding job for us. All of them played water polo and all of them swam. They're great kids. Okay, that's it for water polo.
There, excuse me, Brian Loker for Cuesta College cross country and track and field. First of all, I want to say that I feel like I'm drowning in water polo players right now. So congratulations, guys. Good, nice accolades for March to get all these young men to the next level. Speaking on behalf of track and cross country, talk about a few of the kids who've done some pretty excellent things for our program. Michael Escobar is going to be transferring to UC Santa Barbara next year. He's sort of like the silent killer. You may not know he's in practice until you gander over at the pole vault facility, and then he's jumping 16-foot poles in practice and doing all kinds of great things. So he was our conference winner last year and took 2nd place this year, but has surpassed his marks from last year where he's been able to qualify all the way to the Southern California Championships and is going to take a shot at going to state this weekend. So he's been a fantastic part of the team, has anchored our 4x1 as well, and just had a sort of a really transitional year this year in terms of his pole vaulting ability, where we had some difficulty getting on poles last year. And in the pole vault world, it's a tough thing to do, is transition up poles. And this year, Mike's done a great job of doing that, really taking leaps and bounds in his ability as a pole vaulter and helping us out in that way. Also, we have Nick Maldonado, who will be transferring to CSU Stanislaus next year. Nick was a solid talent out of high school and struggled a little bit in his first year with us, but has really taken the bull by the horns in his sophomore campaign and notched his 100-meter time down by about 0.4 of a second, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're running 100-meter and you've got about 11 seconds worth of time to improve, it's a pretty big time, and that actually got him on the map in terms of the ability to go to Stanislaus and get on the team over there. He also runs 200 for us and is our opening leg for the 4x1. So he's a very versatile athlete. He's the type of athlete who's never late to practice, always gives 100% for his team, always does all the summer work and winter work that you hope your athletes do, and he's been able to come up and improve by quite a bit this year. So we're very happy for him to move on to the next level and felt like he found a good fit at Stanislaus. And the last young man we have here is Evan Stork. He has signed on to attend Sacramento State next year. He's going to be on scholarship for them, and he is our school record holder in the hammer throw. So he's ranked number 4 in the state, but number 2 in Southern California, and he's already qualified to the state championships this year. 2-time champion for our conference in the hammer throw, also scored in the shot put, the discus, and the javelin. So he's a really well-rounded kid who we feel like we put our backs on when we need a lot of work out of him. And he did that for us at conference and almost got us to a conference championship this year. And Sacramento State is extremely excited to have him as a hammer thrower for them next year. And so next goal for us this year for Evan is a state title. So thank you very much.
Okay, we have one other athlete, Alex just showed up. So Alex Garcia, our 2016 state champion for wrestling. He redshirted this year, but he had a amazing season last year where he only lost one match, and that was to the state wrestler of the year when he wrestled up a weight. So Menlo College is getting a great wrestler with Alex. And you know, all these athletes have signed, but we have a few athletes who are still here and are planning on signing, still having a little time with decisions. So first off, we want to recognize from track and field, we have Macy Rivas-Clark over here. Macy's a pole vaulter who's going to qualify for state, but she's also one of our best hammer throwers this year, and she's still planning on competing at the next level. And then over here we have Viss, our Scholar Athlete of the Year, and she's deciding between San Diego State and Arizona State right now. And Torie White, our Cuesta College Athlete of the Year, and she's getting lots of phone calls right now. Matter of fact, I just talked to East Bay on my way over here on my cell phone. So both of them will be playing and competing at the next level next year as well. So that wraps us up for today. We're going to take a moment right now, and all the athletes have their national letters of intent, and we're going to have them all sign. We'll start down here with Alex. Courtney Barba, Noah Saunders, Nick Maldonado, Evan Stork, Jace Heryford, Iunker, Austin Barton, Chandler Mankins, Emerson Trout, and Bradley. Congratulations to all you guys. We look forward to seeing you guys here next year.